Welcome back to the Sisters Talk podcast. My name is Danny M, and today we have a very special guest, LaTanya Ivy. She's going to discuss her travel business, how it works, how you guys can start booking these travel deals while they're available. So I'm going to bring her onto the stage. You guys make sure you give her a round of applause. All right. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Welcome, honey. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. One thing I do on the Sisters Talk podcast is I bring on amazing, talented people, business owners, people that give back to the community. And when I saw that you were out here just really holding your weight, really getting these businesses off the ground by yourself, from what I can see, I was like, I definitely have to extend, a helping hand to get the word out. So thank you for being our special guest.
You're welcome. Like I said, thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Now, before we get started, I always like to talk about what's going on in the world. And as it being October 19th, 2025, there is a lot going on
It
right
is.
now in the world, specifically as it relates to travel, right? So, before we get started and before we talk about your travel business, you and I were just talking behind the scenes about some of the travel bans that the US has right now. These are places that you do not want to go in the remainder of 2025. And some of these places you're probably not going to go anyway, but I'm still going to list them for you. You can pull this up yourself online. One of the places was Congolese or Congo. So, let me
Mhm.
just pull it back up again. Places. I'll put that are restricted because I don't want to tell y'all a lie, and you come back to me and say for US. All right, so let's just see here. All right, so it says places restricted by the US. So right now it's gonna be Afghanistan. I don't know how many people booked the trip to go to Afghanistan.
Exactly.
Chad, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Myanmar, Republic of the Congo. Shout out to my
Mhm.
people that are in Congo. Somalia, Sudan, Yemen, and partial bans are Cuba, Burundi, and obviously North Korea and Syria. So these are places that a lot of us don't plan on going anyway.
Right.
But
Hmm.
just make sure, I'm just wanting to put that out there to know, so you guys will know that there are some travel bans for the US as we speak right now. All right, and shout out to Rashawn Travels LLC. You want to expand on that, Latanya? I don't know.
Well, I would just say because anytime I get requests for people to go anywhere, I'm gonna do my research anyway for like the do's and don'ts or things they need to know. But like you said, the list of places you name, I don't think people want to go there anyway. So
Yeah, I know. I'm
yeah,
not booking a trip to Syria no
especially to
time soon.
Afghanistan.
No, no, no offense to none of those countries and the people that inhabit it, but we don't have any desire to go there. Now,
None at all.
before we get started, I want you to introduce yourself to the audience. Let us know where you're from.
Yeah, so hello everyone. I am LaTanya Ivy, tuning in from Memphis, Tennessee, born and raised. I do have a dream of moving to Los Angeles, actually. But like I said, I was born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. I love helping people, and it's just always been one of my dreams to help people as much as I can. And through this travel business opportunity that I have, I'm just so happy that I've been able to do that.
Yeah, that's outstanding. It's amazing. I noticed that you said you would like to live in Las Vegas. Sorry, you said,
Los
right?
Angeles.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I don't know why I thought Vegas. See, I need to take another trip out there, but anyway, LA. So what has you wanting to move to LA?
For one, it's just the weather. It's like, I don't know, it's just something about those trees. And then when I visited there, I just loved it. It was just a whole vibe. And I was like, I can actually see myself and my husband as well. We both said, look, we can live here.
Yeah, yeah. The weather is nice, and the scenery is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
It's different on the West Coast. I agree. So Memphis is where you're from originally.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know it gets hot there.
Tell me about it. It does. And the crazy thing is, I was born in August, so you would think I like being hot, but I
Hmm.
don't. My favorite weather is the fall weather.
Mine too. Mine too. Memphis, Tennessee. So right now, Memphis has troops in the city, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tell me a little bit about how that's changed, like the dynamic of your place, your home.
Yes, it has changed a little bit because the crime here has always been very high. But with the troops in the city, of course, everybody was anticipating like they'll be here on such and such day, so y'all get ready. And
Yeah.
now that they're here, I have noticed a difference. Like I ain't gonna say it. We call them like the people who do the most crime. They call them YNs, but I'm not gonna say it on here.
Right. Right.
So they are the ones out robbing and stealing and taking whatever they can. But since the troops has been here, I noticed that's kind of cut down a lot, more than it has been. So I'm actually glad they're here, to be honest.
Well, that part of it is outstanding. So, why do you think so many young men, in this generation, are doing the things that they're doing? Like, what's the purpose? I mean, we obviously know the purpose of stealing is to gain something from someone without working for it. But why do you think there's been such an increase in that type of activity?
Yeah, for one, it starts at home. No guidance. A lot of them probably come from households where they didn't have a father in the home. So it's like a part of me feels sorry for them almost because I mean they don't know what they don't know. And so they probably just don't know what any other routes to take to get the things that they need. And because they didn't have that guidance, they just out here lost. And I feel sorry for them.
Definitely, I agree 100% with that. It's a lot of people that are lost, not just in the younger generation either.
That's true.
It's in every generation. But yep, we have seen an increase of a lot of crime, violent crimes across the nation. And I was just curious to know how you felt about, the military being placed in your city. Now, some other cities like Portland, Oregon, I feel like it isn't necessary. I just went there to visit
Mm-hmm.
August and it was beautiful. Oh, one more thing. Shout out to Portland, Oregon for having the crispiest water, natural spring water I've ever tasted in my life. I will be coming back. But yeah, him sending them out there just doesn't make any kind of sense to me. But we'll move on from the
Right.
topic. And I appreciate you for expanding on that, by the way. Now, the first question I have for you, LaTanya, is what inspired you to turn your love of travel into a business?
Yes, that's a great question. It actually all started when I was a kid because my dad has always lived in Ohio. So as a kid, we had to travel from Memphis to Ohio. And we did it by car, of course. So from the road trips to the sightseeing to even packing, I just fell in love with travel. And not only that, fast forward to adulthood when I started getting jobs. Let me take a deep breath. Yeah, I'm an introvert, so this is new for me. But anyway,
You're doing great. I wouldn't have
thank you.
known it had
Thank
you not
you.
said anything.
Yeah, so fast forward to adulthood, I felt like I did everything that I was told to do, which is go to school, get an education so you can get that good job. Well, the jobs that I was getting, I'm like, okay, the math ain't mathing. Because I found myself very unhappy. I felt like I was in a cycle, a repeated cycle, getting up every morning to an alarm clock, going to work, getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, and it's not even enough. So I'm like, why am I giving these people all of my time? And then in return, I'm getting a paycheck that's not enough. So I found myself very unhappy. I'm like, I have to find something that's going to allow me to create generational wealth and leave a legacy for my family. And then I started thinking, like, these people on these jobs can give me 100 promotions, they can give me 100 raises, but the goals that I have, that income would never yield me the opportunity to do that. So it just so happened that I was introduced to the travel business opportunity, and I'm like, I'm already traveling anyway. It's something that I love to do. And I just didn't know that, you can actually make a good amount of money from doing this and showing other people how to do the same thing. So it was a no brainer for me.
Definitely. That makes perfect sense to me because there is no way that most Americans can survive off of just one income.
Mm-mm, not at all.
You almost have to have two jobs per adult in the household to really live comfortably. With the increase of groceries, increase of gasoline, increase of taxes on our homes, everything's going up.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's
That's
going
true.
up. And I appreciate you for really taking it back, really time traveling and thinking about that trip you took with your family. That's really
Mm-hmm.
truly what kind of inspired that love for travel. I love that.
Yes, it is.
I love that. Also, like if you in your travel business right now, do you have a specific signature destination that you recommend to your clients or potential clients?
I would say anywhere on a cruise. And I say that because it's just something about being on a cruise and looking out at that water and the ocean waves. It's so peaceful and it's so calm. And it just shows you how beautiful life can be. And so with my brand, that's what the goal is to show everybody how beautiful life can be. So I would say anywhere on a cruise, and y'all get on that boat and enjoy yourselves and have a good time.
Absolutely. I love it. I did my first Carnival cruise in 2022 with my graduating senior class of 2002. South of
Oh.
Flip. Let's go sock. Okay. But anyway, we went out there. We had an amazing time. I spent most of my time on the boat outside during the night. So I was on the deck. I could look over the boat. You couldn't see anything. You literally cannot separate the sky
You
from the
can't.
ocean. It
Mm-mm.
is it's so surreal and a little scary when you think about
It
it. Because when you
is.
go over
Yeah.
that ship, nobody's gonna find you. It's complete darkness.
No. Hmm.
But I thought it was fun. To your point, Latanya, there was a lot of rides, water rides that were on the boat. If you have children and you wanted to bring them on this cruise, it was perfect because they had a little kids club where they literally go in and dance and have a good time. They also had a casino on the boat for adults.
Hmm.
They also had other game show rooms that you could go in. It's like going on a game show. Oh, we had a blast,
I'm sure.
dance offs. But I have a few friends who were like, don't do carnival again. That's ghetto. You should try
I
Royal.
love it.
I was like, I had a great time on the carnival cruise. Do you have a specific cruise line ship that you prefer over the other?
Honestly, I've only ever been on Carnival, but I love they call it ghetto, but I love Carnival. And to me, I feel like Royal Caribbean is like the bougie one. So I
Mm,
would just prefer Carnival because it's more reasonable anyway, according to budget. But yeah, I would prefer
yeah.
Carnival.
So price wise, there is a difference, right, between
It
Royal
is.
and Carnival. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. All right. And then, so you say you don't have a specific signature destination.
Most people always want to go to Jamaica, so I would recommend Montego Bay.
Montego Bay. Shout out to all my Jamaican people. Shout out to Lucy. Boop, boop. All right, so let's move on. No, that's my little stomping ground out there. That's where I met my husband.
Oh wow.
Was in Lucy, Jamaica. But
Hmm.
I flew into Montego Bay, and he worked at the time as a tour guide for Chuck.
Hmm.
So yeah, I was really Stella. They got her groove back. It's so funny. All right.
Look at y'all. I love it.
So, what's your most unusual and unexpected travel request you've ever received from a client so far?
Well, I do get clients that reach out to me a lot, and they have like all these things they want to do from A to Z, all these excursions. They want to stay in luxury hotels, and I'm like, okay, what's your budget? And it's probably like $1,000, and I'm like, well, I don't know what world you living in, but in this one, that ain't happening.
Right, right. Yeah, so basically people like to get the best bang for their buck, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, and I
That's
mean,
true.
I can understand that as a consumer because we're all consumers. We want to make sure that we're gonna book a deal. We want to get the best deal. If we can save $100 or $200, it really does make a difference in the value and how we can spend our money elsewhere on the trip. So, for
Hmm.
example, we're on a cruise and we go to Cozumel, Mexico, and we decide we want to do parachute or parasail is what I meant to say, not parachute, parasailing. That $200 difference that we save can go
Yep, the
so
excursion. Hmm.
yeah, any excursion, right? Or food or whatever it is that you like, souvenirs, things like that. So, but that makes sense what you're saying. And do you find that to be a little bit difficult? Like, is that challenging for you to try to?
No, I just be honest. I will try to find like whatever they tell me their budget is. I'll try to find something within that budget. But like if I know like right off top that they're not going to get that, I'll just be honest and say, well, you know what? I'll show you what I can find because I normally show like three quotes anyway, like luxury, moderate, and then something like at their budget. But
Uh
a
huh.
lot of times, most people they really want everything that's top notch anyway. But of
Yeah,
course, like you said, they just gonna see if they can save.
for the lowest dollar. Now, have you
Hmm.
had any situations where you spent an hour, 2 hours on the phone with your potential client, and then they just simply decide, you know what, that's okay. I don't think right now is a good time for me to book this trip.
Yeah, it happens all the time, but I don't even get mad. I just look at it as an experience for me. Hey, I learned out something new about this place you're trying to go, so it wasn't a waste of time for me.
That's a great attitude to have because some people, we're human beings, and sometimes we get discouraged when we have people that's on our phones. Some travel agents or even other business professionals will say, "Oh my God, these people are wasting my time." So
Hmm.
how do you keep yourself from, thinking negatively about the experience and keeping yourself in a positive mood so that way you can produce positive results in your business?
I would say emotional intelligence, and like I said, it's all about how you look at it. Because even if I did research for them and they decide not to go, guess what? I can still post that same trip for somebody else to
There you
bite on
go.
it. So it wasn't a waste of time for me.
I know that's right. That's great. That's a great outlook to have. So hopefully people who are in business, in the travel business specifically, can take something away from this conversation because I'm pretty sure, especially now with how the economy's looking for some people, most people in this country, it can be discouraging, for some
Hmm.
people. So I appreciate you for giving us your transparent outlook on it. Also, can you share one unforgettable story from a trip that went completely off script but turned out amazing?
Yes. Now this person might be on here, but last year, 2024, I had planned a cruise for my family. We were all so excited. We planned it a year in advance, and we get to the port in New Orleans, and one of my family members couldn't find their ID. So of course, she was left at the port of New Orleans and had to stay the night there and fly home the next day. It was honestly heartbreaking because I had looked forward to us doing this together for so long, and I'm sure she did too. But and a part of me was like, "Oh my God, do we still go and have fun, or do we all just go home?" But of course, we still went and we had a great time.
Oh, I know your cousin mad at you. Cause not you adding that we still went and had a great time. Oh, I'm being messy. Don't listen to me, cousin. I don't mean it. Well, I mean, what else were you guys supposed to do though?
Mhm.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
It'll be another one. It'll be plenty more.
That's right. Okay, so then another question would be like, how do you balance the line between being a traveler yourself, because you have family, you have a husband, right? You have family, and then running the business side of your travel business.
Hmm. Yeah, well, I love that I get to fit it into my schedule. Like nothing is mandatory. I get to decide when I want to do it and when I'm not available. But by me being a traveler myself, I love that I no longer call my trips vacations. Now everything is a business trip and I can use it
Period.
as a tax write-off. So that's good for me. And then anywhere I travel to, I'm gonna go and, get the experience for my clients so I can come back and share the information with them too.
I love that. I love that. That's very empowering, tax write-off, period. All right, and if you could collaborate with any celebrity or any influencer for a travel campaign, who would it be and where would you take them?
I would say Glorilla.
I knew it.
One, cause how did
I
you know?
knew
She's
you were
from
gonna say her.
Memphis.
Keep going.
Yeah, one, cause she from Memphis, and then Glow gonna bring the ladies out from 18 to 88. So I feel like she gonna bring the people. We would just actually do a world tour, like all the states down south, probably the West Coast, some on the East Coast, and we would just have a good old time.
Wow. Speaking into existence, not 1888. That's wild. Okay, that's a good person to choose. I mean,
Mhm.
she's hot on the market, trending. She hasn't done
Yes,
anything yet that people don't like. So hopefully she keeps it
right.
straight and narrow. You know what I mean? Because one thing about society and these celebrities and influencers, you only got one time
They'll
to
cut
mess
you
up.
off.
We're gonna eat you up. It's
Mhm.
terrible. All right. So, how has technology like AI apps, social media changed the way that you connect with your travelers for their experience?
I love me some Chat GPT because sometimes, like, if I want to make a quick post or a flyer and I don't just feel like thinking, I go straight to Chat GPT. I'm like, look, do XYZ for me, and I get it within 3.5 seconds. Or sometimes, if my travelers have a question that I don't know, I'm going to Chat GPT or somewhere else and use that information and give it right to them.
Absolutely. And you can take that information and put it into Canva if you're not familiar
Yes,
with
I
Canva.
do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Canva is a great source for flyer creation, even AI,
Yes,
images and videos now. So literally, you guys, the days are gone in the past where you have to pay somebody to create your video for a
right.
promo. You can create it yourself. And if you don't know how, ask me how. I can show you for free. I don't have time for
Mm-hmm.
that. You know how they have those funnels like click this button. So no, just email me or text me. I'll let you know how to do it for free. But
Right.
that's a good point, though. Chat GPT saves everybody, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And it keeps you compliant, too. You
It
need it for
does.
compliance reasons as well. All right. So, then what's a common misconception people have about travel business that you wish you could clear up once and for all?
I would say people think they got to do a whole lot, and you don't. Because, like I said, I fit this into my schedule, and you don't have to quit your job. I think people feel like they have to quit their job. No, I have a job. I just work my job the hours that I'm supposed to work. When I get off, I work my business. I work it on the weekends, and if I don't want to, I don't. And then I don't know what people think that it costs like thousands of dollars to get started. It's only a one-time investment of $200 one time. And most people probably spend that on food over the weekend or some shoes or a purse, something that's not going to generate you some more money. But with this one-time investment, you get access to 8 streams of income. So it's like, what are y'all doing? You know?
Got it. Got it. And tell us, are you allowed to tell us what the $200 is for in terms of startup?
So the $200 is for 2 debt-free companies. Planet Marketing, which is the marketing side of the business, that's
Hmm.
how we're able to sell the travel businesses to get other people started. And teletravel is where you get your own booking portal on your website, access to all the major suppliers. I mean, you name it, we got it. You got tons of sales and marketing materials to keep you in compliance. You got your own virtual assistant that don't talk back. Um, Pretty much anything you need, you got it.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Got it. Yeah, I think some people are always, well, not always, I'll say some people are afraid of the initial investment that they make into themselves, but we have to remember that business is a risk that we're taking on
It
ourselves.
is.
And you have to
But
believe in
speaking of
yourself.
that, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was
Mhm.
just gonna say we have guarantees. I love because, like you said, business is a risk, but we have 3 guarantees. The first one is best price guarantee. Like if somebody come to you and ask you to look up a trip for them, people gonna do their own research,
Oh,
and
yeah,
they
of
say,
course.
well, the trip you found for me, I found it $50 cheaper.
Hmm.
Our company says, okay, well, let us give your client 110% of the difference in IntelliBucks so that you get to keep your client and then they come back and book with you.
Wow.
The second one is a 30-day money back guarantee. You come in, you try it out, you don't like it. Within 29 days, let us know. The company will give you 100% of your money back the same way you gave it to us. And then the third one is that unique profit guarantee. Because in traditional businesses, a lot of times you don't see the return on your investment within like 2 to 3 years. Well, here it's the same way. We feel like if you come in, you give us 12 months, you follow the blueprint, and you don't make or save what you invested, the company will cut you a check for the difference, and you still get to keep your business.
Okay. Okay, I like that. Heavy on I give you back the money in which you gave it to me in the same way. Because
Yeah,
I could give you $200 and then you give me a $200 gift card.
voucher or something.
And I'm gonna lose my mind.
Right.
I love that you
Yes.
guys keep the integrity. So because that's important. That helps build trust and hopefully longevity between you and the agent. So that's awesome. And then
Mhm.
also, what's one lesson you learned from travel that you now apply to your life or business philosophy?
I would say just being kind to people. I'm a kind person anyway, but just traveling different places and seeing different cultures and how people do things. Everybody wants the same thing really out of life. Everybody want to make good money, whether it's through a job or a business. They want to take care of their families and they want to have fun and explore the world. So I just look at it as whenever I'm meeting people, I'm just being kind, trying to understand people and where they come from and why they do the things that they do, and help them in any way that I can.
Absolutely. I love that. So you would just say, just being kind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Business and in your regular everyday life. It'll get you far in
Right.
life too. People don't
It
realize
will.
make some valuable connections with people just through kindness. And so I guess the final question I have today is that if you had a blank check to create the ultimate travel experience, what would it include and who would it be for?
I love it. So if I had a blank check, it would be for to take my family on an all expense paid trip. And when I say my family, that's everybody from the cousins, the ones that I talk to, my aunts, uncles, my parents, my siblings, all the nieces and nephews. Like we all gonna go to Disney World, have a good time. I don't want them to worry about any money. I don't want them to worry about the bills back home. If you need me to cover your rent or your mortgage for the next month when we get back, I got that too. I just want us to go and have a good time.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. And you guys would go to Disney World. That's awesome.
Because I know a lot of adults that haven't even been to Disney World yet, including myself.
Okay, okay. So you definitely need to make that scratch that off your bucket list for sure.
Hmm
For sure. And let me ask you this, because I didn't even ask you this. I told you that was gonna be my last question. I'm sorry, but I have one more question. Can you kind of tell me what regions, like where your travel group, tell me where I can go if I wanted to book with you.
You can go anywhere in the world, except the places that you mentioned that are banned, which I'm not 100% sure of those places yet, but we can book you to go anywhere.
Got it. So if I wanted to go to Costa Rica, if I wanted to go to
Hmm
somewhere in Mexico, if I want to go to Argentina, you would be able to look that up. You would be able to book my flight, my hotel, my everything.
Yep, and get a connect person that's over there that will be able to like help me if you have any questions. Of course, I'm not there with you, but we
Mm,
can get a connection with a person that's over there where you are that'll be able to assist you as well.
absolutely. Now, have you organized any group trips with your clients yet? Where
Yes.
like you've hosted, a trip?
Yeah, I haven't been there, but I've hosted like I just had a group come back from Montego Bay like 2 weeks ago,
Hmm.
and family that went on a cruise for Labor Day weekend. I think it was 16 of them, if
Oh,
I'm
I
not
know it
mistaken.
was lit. Oh, I know it was lit.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Well, Latanya, I think we made it to the end of our show. Our time is ticking away, but it's been an absolute pleasure having you as a guest on today's show, which is all about the travel business. Now, please, before you go, let everybody know where they can find you, a good contact, whether it's email, social media handles, the name of your business, and maybe even drop it in the chat. Your if you have a website, want to share that.
Yes, I do have a website. I'll put that in the chat, but you can actually find me on Facebook as my name, LaTanya Ivy. My business page is Ivy League Travel, so you can follow that as well. Um,
Now, people can't spell, so type it in so I can.
hmm and then I'll put the website.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we'll share that so people can find you. All right, and it seems like we didn't have any questions in the audience. Normally we do. I
Mhm.
guess we didn't yet. Normally we have questions in the audience, but I didn't see any. But Rashawn Travels has given you all high praise.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Definitely. So you guys make sure you find her, Latanya Ivy, and also Ivy League Travels. So that way you can get the information that you need to book your next trip. She's there to help you, book you, help you along the way. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And if you're thinking about taking on this type of business, reach out to her. See what you can do to get connected. Because it's all transparency on the Sister Talk podcast. And Latanya Ivy has been an extraordinary example of what it takes to take a risk, calculated risk on yourself. Be able to make some residual income and enjoy your time. Yeah, enjoy what you're doing. I mean, it's travel for crying out
Yes,
loud. It doesn't get any better than that.
right. Who don't love travel?
Exactly. And I'm sure you get discounts and everything. Like, that's perfect. So, guys, I just want to say again, thank you guys for tuning in. And Latanya, do you have any final words before we go?
I would just say if there is any type of dream or anything that you might have, I mean, by any means necessary, go for it. And don't ever let anybody else cast their fears or lack of belief on a vision that you have. So, whatever vision you have, go for it and don't let anybody ever try to distract you or deter you from your dreams.
Ooh, a whole sermon. I'm telling you, you are telling the truth. Because that's one thing about it. People are going to project their fears if they're not going to do anything else. And you just got to keep on trucking it because this is your life and you only get one.
Exactly. I know that's right.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. I want to say, guys, one more time, thank you so much for tuning into the show. Make sure you share, make sure you subscribe on YouTube if you're watching this from YouTube. Also, feel free to clip this, share it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, put it everywhere so it promulgates. That way, LaTanya can help everyone with their travel. All right. And then while you're at it, make sure you stop by Amazon, pick up my book, Female Minority Report. Very valid in the time that we're living in right now. It'll give you a good
Exactly.
chuckle. And it's just my point of view of how I felt when I worked in corporate America. And yes, that's during a time where I took a calculated risk and I have zero regrets. With that being
I
said,
love
guys, we're
it.
going to end this stream until we meet again. Oh, one more thing. I am working on a movie called Tail and Bones. You guys have probably seen it floating around on social media. It will be coming out very soon, streaming on Tubi and Amazon Prime. And so we are trying to wrap that up as well. God is so good. He has been so unwavering in this process. And I just want to say all praises to the Most High. And when you see me again, that movie will be complete. So I'll be so grateful for that. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thank